Hi, your local guide, Justin Ogburn here. I'm actually just south of Bellevue in Plattsmouth. This is Wimbro Farms. I'm here with the owner, Carrie and Jake. And thanks for meeting with me today.
Thanks for having us.
Well, first off, just what is Wimbro Farms and what can people expect when they come here?
Sure. We are a local flower farm, and so what we do is we grow seasonal flowers that we then cut and make into bouquets. We also dry them, and so when folks come, they can expect to see in season our flowers growing, and often we have pop-up vendors and other local events to support our community.
And so some of this behind us, this is some of the flowers that you produce here. These are the dried flowers, obviously, due to the time of year.
Yeah, everything is grown right on the farm, even the eucalyptus. And actually we have seeds that are already started. We started seeds at the end of December, and we'll expect to have fresh flowers starting at the beginning of April. And this year we had fresh flowers until December, so it's pretty amazing. When you drove up, you didn't see a greenhouse or a high tunnel or anything like that. So we're doing it all naturally with seeds starting inside, and then whatever the elements can take. So there's a lot of planning that goes into which flowers to grow at which time.
Okay, so you have about 2.5 acres here, correct?
Yeah.
So for people who haven't been here yet, what's the feeling you want them to have when they come here to Wimbro Farms?
I think our biggest thing is the sense of community that we're trying to build, and then the natural beauty of the landscape. And so we focus on flowers grown in season that work in the Nebraska climate. And so it's a very hyper-local focus, and we want folks to feel that, see the beauty when they come, and then also see the things that we're growing for the community, both literally and metaphorically. And so our slogan is seasonal beauty rooted locally. And that's really what we're trying to attain on the farm.
That is awesome. And not very far from the main city either, Omaha, Bellevue,
About 20
very
minutes.
close.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
convenient.
10 minutes from Bellevue, about 20 minutes from Omaha. So easy hop, skip, and a jump. And we do a lot of vendor events, seasonal events, and so it's always a good time on the farm.
Yeah. So you've actually owned this house and land for over 10 years now.
Yeah.
Correct.
So why this location for Wimbro Farms?
Well, we kind of happened on it by accident. Carrie and I have always wanted to do something agricultural or homesteading wise, and a subdivision wasn't really our flavor, even though we looked for it, and we looked around and considered it, and this place popped up on the market. We thought it was too good to pass up. So we ended up here.
And then you've been officially Wimbro Farms for about 2 years now, I think, right?
We established in 2021, and that was really about 3 years of just our own kind of growth and building up a little bit at a time. Pretty proud. We didn't have to take out any loans or anything. We just built kind of incrementally. And then the first year we sold for market was 2024. So we're going into our third year now with flowers.
Okay, so you both actually work on off-it right now. Jake, you were in the military as a Marine before. Yep. How did that military experience shape the way you run your business here?
I think the biggest thing is the flexibility and the ability to handle stressful situations. Starting a new business from scratch that you have zero experience with is not for the faint of heart, and Carrie is not wired like that. And
I completely get it.
I think we do a good job of evening each other out, and just being able to take all the tough situations that come our way and kind of think about them logically and work through all the anxiety that comes from starting something that you are not familiar with in any way. And
you're doing this on top of 2 full-time jobs.
Correct.
And raising 3 kids at the same time.
Yeah. And the stress inoculation you get from being in the military definitely helps out. as we're going through our just day-to-day lives here.
I would say Jake can roll with the punches a lot better than I can. I like everything to be planned and orderly, and that's pretty much the opposite of farming and running a small business. And so it's helpful to have that plan, but he's always behind the scenes saying, like, well, it doesn't have to be the plan. We can have a different plan. And so that's really good for, like you said, the balance.
So you partner with a lot of local vendors, as you kind of just mentioned. Was this collaboration always the plan when you started Wimbro Farms?
No, but much like many of my ideas, they kind of grow out of meeting people and talking and thinking about what next. And so our plan really was to just do flowers, and then through joining the Plattsmouth Community Market, Farmers Market, I met some folks, and it's sort of a natural fit really for my personality. I love hostessing, I like collaboration. I've always really loved local, so anywhere we've lived, our Christmas presents to our family are local gift baskets full of items that are made and procured locally, and so it really kind of just all fell together in terms of what I like to do and the supporting local community. And we had our first sort of big event in spring this year, Spring Fling on the farm, to open up the season. And one of our neighbors said, "How did you find all these people?" And I said, "They're all in Cass County. Everyone I had was from Cass County." And so there's so many talented makers and producers and farmers just right here in our county. And then I've started also reaching out to folks in Bellevue now too. And so it's just been really fun to get to know everyone and then do that local support.
So now you've been open for about 3 years now. What surprised you the most during that time?
I think the most surprising for me was how much marketing and education we had to do to really kind of get the business moving. So I, for better or worse, thought we're going to grow flowers and people will just flood us because they all want these flowers. And it was a slower start than I think we both expected starting out. And so last year we focused a lot on marketing and education, which is why we started our workshops. And going out to different places and just talking to people about what a flower farm looks like. No, we're not selling landscape plants. No, we're not selling perennials. No, you can't come pick the flowers. Like, just like talking about what we're doing and why we're doing it. And so that was surprising to me. And then we had more momentum going into the third year, but definitely that initial startup. And we're not from here originally, and so getting to know people and everything was part of that starting business.
So what's the easiest way for somebody to buy flowers from you?
We actually have an online store. I call it an online storefront because it's not a fully developed website, but it is wimbrofarms.com. So you can always go there to browse. We have a ton of different products on there, a lot of local products, stuff that we have, that we make and produce as well. And then during the season, we'll be open for regular hours. And so we'll post those. Google, if you go to Google and search Wimbro Farms, our hours will come up, or Facebook or Instagram. And you can do it that way. And we'll have, we operate kind of like a farm stand. So we're self-serve and you can come in and come right to the farm when we're open during the season.
Do you do deliveries at all?
We don't do deliveries yet. With full-time jobs and scheduling around, we don't do deliveries, so we do all farm pickup. But we also have a subscription, a Bouquet subscription service, and so you can sign up to get a bouquet pickup Wednesday night once or twice a month from April through September this year. It's a really nice way to give someone flowers all season long. We have a lot of folks across the street in Buccaneer Bay that use our subscription service.
What would be next for Wimbro Farms then?
I think we're gonna continue to expand our flower production, dial it in more based on the customers' want, and we're gonna start definitely in the store here offering more locally produced goods, curated by Carrie, for things that kind of fit our aesthetic, and we like supporting local, and we would like to bring more of that stuff into the farm.
Yeah. So we started the Mercantile by Wimbro Farms, and so that would just be everything that we have, that we stock, that we don't grow or make ourselves. And like Jake said, just really kind of fine tuning it. Last year we did as many events as we could get our hands on. And it was a lot. And so this year, I think after last year and being successful last year, we have the gift of being able to choose what we want to do. And so I think we're going to focus more on our own growth on the farm rather than going out. We would like to bring people into the farm, bring people onto the farm, and offer events that way to grow that way.
Yeah. Well, I've enjoyed coming and visit. I enjoy continuing to kind of walk around, see some more here. So thank you for having me. And for everybody else, if you haven't yet come to Wimbro Farms, make sure to come visit.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
If you need help buying, selling, or leasing a home, I hope you remember my name. I would love to get the opportunity to earn your trust and confidence. Call me on my cell at 402-600-3006 if you would like to be featured as one of my upcoming guests and share your story in a future video.